I got a letter the other day, public notice saying that they're going to be auctioning off my truck. And I, thinking about this, going through the letters to write to everybody, just kind of wanted your, stamp on the letters. But I guess it's really not as important as any of the other issues we got going on.
Well, you just had something that just says, what does the letter say? They're going to auction off your truck?
Yeah, it's just through abandonment or failure to claim.
Did you just write a letter saying to them that you don't wish for them to auction off your truck at this time?
Yeah, I've done several letters to the owner of the cable company.
Okay, dude. I just asked you
I was going to get the truth.
It's just yes or no. Did you write a letter? Yes. Okay, what did the letter say? What did the letter say?
I've got them in front of me here.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea to ask a question when I have them in front of you. Yeah, that'd probably be wise.
Yeah.
I've
never been accused of that before, but it says, Dear Gerald, greetings. I believe you, Gerald, hold my property without right. See Exhibit A. Said act is a source of harm to I. Post haste, I require you restore said property. Kind regards.
Okay, so what did Gerald write back?
They didn't write anything back. I haven't had any response to 3 different letters, or to 2 different letters, and I'm sending up the 3rd one now.
So you wrote that letter to him when?
That was August 11th.
Okay, so 11th. Didn't you say to him, look, I need my vehicle, and did you try to call up this Gerald guy?
Yeah, I went down to the storage yard personally and was asked to leave the property.
Okay, did you talk to this Gerald guy, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you made contact with him. Why didn't you file a claim in court that this man is keeping your property? Make a claim that he trespassed on property and then you required immediate restoration of property. He told me to go F off. Why didn't you file a lawsuit against the guy immediately?
Suggestions of the Skype group said to send the letters, giving me...
You did. You sent him a letter and you went down there and talked to him. He told you to go fuck off. It's just like if you left your car on my property over here and you knocked on my door and said, hey, Carl, I'm just here to pick up my car. I told you to go F off. How many more letters are you going to write to me before you get the hint that I don't give a shit? You write me one letter. I don't answer the letter. You come down and knock on my door and say, hey, Carl, I believe you got my car in the back of your barn back there. I'm going to come and get it. And I tell you to go F off. What are you going to do? You better go get a posse. And you better go get that posse and you better go tell that posse that this man's got my car. Well, this now in modern days, what we do is we go to court immediately and we file a claim. Or we get a mechanics lien. Or we lien up the property. Or you go down there to the courthouse and you say to the sheriff, hey, this guy's got my car. And it's like, yeah, well, my car's, how much is your car worth? I don't know, about $2,000. How much is your car worth, buddy?
Maybe it's $2,000.
There you go. You say to the cop, hey, the sheriff's phone, my car's worth $2,000. I require you to take this $2,000, put it in the form of a bond. I'll see that man in court in 30 days. If he's got the claim, a superior claim for this car, he will come in court in 30 days and he'll claim that $2,000. But that car's worth $2,000. That's a fair and just price for that car. Here's $2,000. Put a mechanics lien. Put a lien on that car. Hold this money in escrow and release my car immediately. And we'll settle this in court, but I need this car now. That's all you had to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been trying to do.
What did you try? No, that's not what you try to do. What you went and I said, that's all you need to do. I didn't say that's all you need to try to do. I said, that's all you need to do. I say, this is what you need to try to do. All you need to do is go down to the sheriff's department and say, that car is worth $2,000. Kelly's Blue Book Valley, look, $2,000. Here's a picture of the car. It's worth $2,000. It ain't going to get no more than $2,000 in auction. Guaranteed. Take my freaking money. Put it in a form of a mechanics lien or any form of lien, whatever he wants to define it as. Tell him to release my car immediately. Tell him to go down to the sheriff, come down there with you immediately to wherever the car is being held. Have the car released. And if it's truly Gerald's car, Gerald will come back in 30 days and say, I want my $2,000. Or I want that car back.
Oh, okay, Gerald. I hope that answers your question. So we got another question on the call.
No, let's kill time, man. I don't care.
Oklahoma Oklahoma
You
want to ask you a question.
blew through the questions too quick, man. I want to see. Let's ask Jersey if that's good enough. If he understands what the hell I just said.
Yeah, Carl, I appreciate that. I've been listening to you for almost 8 months. Last time.
Yeah. Does it kind of make sense? I mean, do you think your little Skype group would be able to follow that?
It definitely does, and I know we were overthinking it, and we were morons putting more and I knew there was an easier solution. Just walk down there and piss on the tire and claim it's mine. So I appreciate your time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make sure that you understand what's going on. This ain't that kind of radio show. This is a 5 freaking hour radio show, man. It ain't a 2-hour radio show. So if it takes me a little longer to answer you guys, I don't care. So like I said, just want to make sure your little Skype group now has a better idea of the plan of attack and how to do something like that. Like, just find out. All you got to do is Google New Jersey, even in the statutory courts of the laws. Just type in the word mechanic lien. Just Google it, like, quote unquote mechanic lien, and do quote unquote like the word bond, and see what it comes up, and see if they explain it to you a little bit better, or even YouTube the word mechanic lien, and see if they describe it basically the way I describe it. Like I said earlier, Larry probably wasn't listening on the show. When it came to somebody like Gus even said that I'd ask Carl a question, 2 days later he'd give me the answer. Because instead of me just drilling the answer into your guys' skulls, instead of just beating it into you and just saying, just repeat after me like a parrot, or just repeat after me. This is exactly what you do. If it's just you're getting it by the rope method, just being beaten into you, you're not going to be confident in it. You're not going to see it. You're just going to say, well, this is just what he said to do. It's like, okay, but do you understand what to do? Do you see what to do? It's like, well, no. It's like, okay, well, let me see. Gus, he's about my age. Okay, this is where he grew up. This is the culture. He had a wife and kids. Okay, this is the kind of job he did. This is the world experience he's got. Okay, let me give him an answer in the way that I think he would probably fit him. It's not one size fits all. It's not A, B, C, D where you just get drilled in A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It doesn't work that way. You got to be comfortable with this stuff. If it kind of makes sense to you, it's like, hey, this guy told me to go F off. That's it. Well, see, I'm from New York, man. Somebody tells me to go F off, I ain't going to ask him again. I know exactly what to do next. It gives me very few options, when he tells me go F off. I was like, fine, you know what? Let's do it civilized. Let's go down to the sheriff's department. Let's go get a mechanic's lien. Let's go explain to the sheriff that this car is worth $2,000. It's going to be worth, say, if you don't believe it's $2,000, how much do you believe it's worth? And he's going to say, well, we believe it's worth $27,000. Like, oh, okay, that's fine. If that's what you believe, fine. You know what? I'm just going to file a lawsuit. You know what? I'm going to move this thing through the court like lightning. So the lien process doesn't work. You just don't cry about it. So, oh, gee, the cop didn't believe it was $2,000. He thought it was worth $27,000 or $27 million. It's like, okay, great. So he thought it was $27 million. That's fine. That's lovely. Just file a lawsuit against the man for a trespass, for a theft, or I don't know how the vehicle was taken out of your possession. How was it taken out of your possession?
I was pulled over with expired plates because my wife registered the vehicle, but it was my truck. And I had no license, insurance, registration. Everything was expired. I asked the cop what he wished of me. He asked me to step out of the vehicle, leave my keys in. I said, if that's your order, I'll be happy to comply. I stepped out, and he asked if I needed anything out of the truck. I said, the only thing I require is to be free on my way, and started walking. So
how long ago did they take your truck?
This was back in April.
Okay, this was back in April, and your truck's been there for that long. Hang on a second. Maybe my buddy Jimmy's here.
Caller, who is this caller here?
Maybe Ron Ports.
Who?
Ron Ports.
Okay, what's going on, man?
Ports family on the screen name.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is Little Bill, man. What's going on?
Yeah, I heard you a lot before.
Yeah. I'm surprised the Skype group hasn't been able to help you get out of that.
Everybody's got good suggestions. It's just
you don't know which one to take, huh?
Well, I've been trying a little bit of everything. I think. I mean, just doing like the nice grandma letters and being polite and.
Right.
It's hard to be polite to somebody that's saying "fuck off and die," you know.
Yeah, but I was agreeing with what Carl was saying. Because soon, it was too long that they had an answer. So I would have said the next thing to do then was to go ahead and put your claim in on them. Find out who the man or woman was and then put your claim in.
Well, the 18 tickets that I received were all dismissed. I had sent the man acting as an officer a bill or a letter stating that I required compensation for following his order, and the prosecutor recused himself off the case, but I still have the truck in impound, so I've been trying to send letters back and forth trying to get my truck out of impound.
Yeah, I think you put that lawsuit in, you probably get it then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put your claim in.
Hey, Ron, who has authority to release the truck?
Well, according to the letters, the public notice, it says the Jefferson Township Police Department has possession of the vehicle.
Well, that's the case. Whoever the police chief is, you need to write him a letter. Then, hey, dog, write him a letter. Hey, you want your property.
Yeah, definitely. And that the public notice has a wedding signature of a officer, Roger Davis. So I was going to inform him also.
Hey, Gus.
Yes, sir.
That's what we would write it to. It would be the if it's still at the sheriff department, you would write the county who's over the county sheriff department, wouldn't it?
Well, I find out who definitely has authority to release it, and then write a letter to that man and ask that man, do you have authority to release my property? And or should I check with somebody else? Are you the man I need to speak with who has authority to release my property, because I need to have it back as soon as possible. And they're either going to write yes or they're going to write no, you need to talk to, Frank. So, once you identify who that man is that you need to communicate with, you let that man know, look, this is what happened. There's no more, there's no reason for this, for my property to be held any longer. It is harming a man, to not have my property at this time, and I know you do not exist to cause harm to the man. I require you to release the property forthwith. And, I'd wait a day or so for an answer, and if he doesn't give you an answer, go downtown and say, is my letter stuck in your mailbox? I need an answer. I need my truck